Hello, my name is Daniel Mckinlay, student number 1901403, and this is the video presentation for DES308 Analytics and Data-Driven Game Design. The purpose of this video is to show the development of my game Rare Riders and show what data I collected, as well as show what improvements I made to my game with said data. So this is the first build that I made and then sent to testers. What you're seeing here is the game before any improvements were made to it. The data I gathered were level completion times, and I also asked testers to send any feedback via Discord. On top of these, I also had a system where if the player quit the game, it would note that the player had not finished a level. Now, one of the first things that testers noted with this build was that the camera was quite close to the player, so much so that it was hard for the player to see where they were going. Another thing that was noted, almost unanimously, was that the game was too easy. This was reflected in the level times I received. There wasn't a single person that wasn't able to complete the level, and all the times were quite short. A lot shorter than I was expecting. Two other testers also noted that the game felt quite floaty, in their words. I made improvements to this build as seen in build 2 based on the feedback and data. So this is the second build, and right away you will notice that I moved the camera up and away from the player so that they can see further away and see a bit of what's below them. Also, something less obvious is that I changed the gravity of the game. This did two things. It made the movement feel less floaty as described by testers, and it also increased the difficulty of the game. Another thing I did was move the objects slightly further apart, so it made it a bit more difficult for players to reach them. The feedback for this build was more positive than the last one. I decided that instead of having feedback messaged to me via Discord, I would have an anonymous survey for players to fill out. All the players were satisfied with the movement system changes, and, as I expected, the time taken to complete the level went up. All the survey takers said that this build was a definite improvement over the first. There were quite a few things that players wanted improved, however. A few players suggested making it easier to move left and right in the air, and a few also said that they want to reach max speed faster. Another two suggested a game over screen and the ability to press a button and restart a level. All this feedback was implemented for my final build. This is the final build. What we have here is the main menu, which was the first thing I implemented so that the player was not immediately just thrust into the game. It may be hard to see, but I also made it easier to move from left to right as suggested by a few players. I also implemented a second level, which is what you're seeing here. I used the feedback I received from the first level to make this second level harder. Again, survey results agreed that the build was a definite improvement over the last build. All but one said that they liked the second level more, and that was because level 2 offered more variance in gameplay and was harder, which was the goal when making it. The level times for level 1 were consistent from the last build, and the level times for level 2 were longer than level 1, despite them both being around the same length, which, again, was the hope when designing the level. Thank you for listening and playing Rare Riders. I hope you have a pleasant day.